Thanks very much, Ian. Well, the biggest race in Australia is the Group 1 Doomben Cup to be decided at Doomben Racetrack in Brisbane, and you'll see it live on the wide world of sport at 3:20 Eastern Australian time. What's going to win? Well, it's hard to go past TAB number 1 Durbridge. He'll go past the $3 million barrier in stake money if he wins. He's won 6 of his last 8, including the Australian Cup in Melbourne, the Queen Elizabeth Stakes in Sydney, and now, I reckon, a big Group 1 race in Brisbane. Of course, we'll also have the Daily Doubles live from Caulfield in Melbourne and Randwick in Sydney. At Caulfield, I like number 1 King Marauding in the first leg, and number 5 Lord Monet looks a good thing in the second leg. At Randwick, very, very tough races, but I've gone for 5 Greaves in the first leg and number 9 Destroyer's Image in the second leg. Good luck, good punting. Thanks, Bear.
Good on you, Ken. Thank you very much. I've written those down. Kenny Sutcliffe, that's what's happening around the world. It's still continuing, and I'll talk to you a little later.
Good on you, Bear. I tell you what, I do like...
Calendar. Will that happen, Kenny, in this next race?
Oh, Max, I wonder what the losing riding fee is. That's what you call mayhem. I reckon you've got to have half a bottle of scotch before you'd ride one of them. Oh, jeez. They call Canterbury a tight track. Here we go. King Marauding at 5 to 1. I wouldn't be surprised if he come in a fraction more yet. Good money for him. He'll be hard to beat. I think it'll be very hard to beat. Mr. Elegant at 16 to 1, Defoe 33, Native Zam 16, Verdingley is a 5 to 1 chance, been well supported. Imelda Eddie Kazar is at 25 to 1, Kilbahar Star, Fabian Alessi riding him is at 5 to 1, Prince Acumen is at 25 to 1 chance, Rubique, Alf Matthews solid in the market, 9 to 2 and equal favourite on the tote. Top Walk 66, Aquatic Gleam 7, Gold Dash 30, River of Destiny out, 16 Petrify, the bottom 2 Arkraj 11, another Luster 40, they're about to go. Here's Caulfield.
And thank you again, Graham, for the 5th of the day. First leg of our daily double here in Victoria. They're just about set. Mr. Elegant, extreme outside. King Marauding is 4 from the outside. Second start from a long, long absence from the racing scene. Good first up, second behind Spondula at Sandown. And there's the light. Set. They're off. And Mr. Elegant first into stride over on the outside. Petrify jumped out pretty well, and so did King Marauding, followed by Kilbahar Star. In behind them, going forward along the inside, Rubique, and they were followed closely there, a bit further back by Verdingley. Then back behind them over on the inside to Arkraj, followed by Top Walk and Imelda. Another Luster is on the inside, Native Zama, and Defoe is last in a compact field, racing down the side. 700 metres left to go, and Rubique moved up on the inside to take the lead with Mr. Elegant, and King Marauding in the centre, putting himself in the picture. A length and a half then to Verdingley, there followed by Arkraj, who's getting a nice run along the inside. Prince Acumen behind them, followed by Petrify, Top Walk, another Luster, Defoe, Kilbahar Star well back with Native Zam, Imelda, Gold Dash, and last of all Aquatic Gleam. They turn for home. King Marauding on the outside, Rubique the rails, not much between them. King Marauding about a neck in front of Rubique, halfway down the running. Mr. Elegant on the outside, running on pretty well, and so is Petrify from a long way back. King Marauding is the leader. Down the outside, Petrify starting to storm home. In third place is Top Walk, but it's King Marauding in front, close to home. He's going to win it. King Marauding wins it. Native Zam getting second ahead of Top Walk, third, then Petrify. Another Luster, Mr. Elegant back behind them, and further back Kilbahar Star, followed by Verdingley, in a good long gap in the field. Then further back to Imelda, Gold Dash behind them is Aquatic Gleam, followed by Defoe, and one of the tail enders is Rubique back there in company with Arkraj.
From the previous at Caulfield, and the numbers were 1, 4 and 10. King Marauding $5.10 and $2 even. Native Zam $7.10 and Top Walk $18 even. In the AFL 4 game,
when we returned for the conclusion of that event, and plenty of equestrian action at Randwick today too. Kenny Calendar has a market on race 6.
Yes, Max, and here it is. Number 1 Western Cape at 50 to 1, Sprayman 12, Legisque 20, Shoeshine Henry at 6.5 to 1. Greaves, I've tipped Greaves. I thought he'd be at a better price though. He's at 3 to 1. Knaves at 8. Greater 10 to 1, Alert Me 16, Hall of Fame 10, Old Bomb the same price. What a name for a horse. Ashley Road at 30 to 1, Skymire is a scratching, Charismatic at 50, Rather Refined 20, Big Risk, and here's a big risk, he's at 100 to 1, Shavine at 10, Dalharan at 60 to 1, and Western Ruler, the roughie of the field, at 200 to 1. Back to you, Max.
Thanks very much, Ken. We'll bring you that race live in a few moments. Just part of the excitement in store on today's show.
Fresh from the country up at Warren, had a great weekend, I believe, Tappy.
Yeah, it was a beauty, Ken, as always. They missed you, and I've got millions of regards from many friends you made last year. You've got to get you back in 95.
You don't have to ask twice, son.
OK. The Noel Barker Handicap 3-year-olds, and here's a bloke who hasn't been to Warren, but he will be soon, Kenny Calendar.
Yeah, I've been there years ago, John, but I certainly haven't been since they've produced that very good 1.5 mile race. Okay, here we go. Western Cape is at 66 to 1, my favourite price. Sprayman at 12, Legisque 20 to 1. He could get out in front, could be hard to run down here. Shoeshine Henry at 5 to 1. Greaves just getting out a fraction, 13 to 4 or 3 1/4 to 1. $4.30 for $1 on the tote. Knave is at 8 to 1, Greater 11, Alert Me 16, Hall of Fame 9, Old Bomb 11, Ashley Road 30, Skymire is a scratching, Charismatic 40, Rather Refined 16. She's firmed a little on the tote. 100 to 1 Big Risk, 12 to 1 Shavine, 60 Dalharan. Just coming a touch there, we'll make him 50 to 1 Dalharan, and Western Ruler at 330 to 1. The lights are flashing. The starter Jimmy Bolus is walking round to the stand. Time for John Tapp to take over.
Thanks, Ken. Yeah, Jim Bolus approaching the stand. Billy Cooper, who's been on the sick list, not back in action just yet. I thought we might have seen Bill here today. If he's watching, all the best, Bill, from your many friends in racing. Hope to see you back on deck shortly. Starter hits the button, off and running. Western Cape sprawled at the start. He's a clear last to leave the gate. And Shavine has bustled out of an outside barrier, is going to cross and lead from Alert Me. And Largest Gay has come out running from an outside stall. Shoeshine Henry has jumped away into the box seat, followed closely by Knave and then Ashley Road. Greater is just behind those, trapped out very deep on the outside of Hall of Fame, followed by Dal Haran. Greaves is near the fence in a forward spot. Further back then is Old Bomb, followed by Rather Refined. A gap to Big Risk and Charismatic. Getting a long way back, Western Cape after that slow start, followed by Western Ruler, and last of all is Sprayman. Largest Gay in his favourite role. Went to the lead by a length to Shavine, and a half length away Knave on the outside, pulling a bit as they go over the crossing. About 2 to Shoeshine Henry, getting the run of the race on the inside of Alert Me, and Ashley Road is obliged to race 3 deep. And then Greaves, followed closely by Hall of Fame, and Dal Haran is in that bunch. Further back, Old Bomb, followed by Rather Refined. Greater can't get on the track, and then Charismatic, and a good way back in the field, Big Risk with Western Cape, followed by Western Ruler and Sprayman. To the turn, Largest Gay being tackled left, right and centre. Firstly by Shavine in the centre, secondly by Knave, who's 3 deep. Alert Me is sweeping around the outside. Shoeshine Henry waiting for a run as they come over the rise, and Greaves is also blocked for room, followed by Dal Haran and Hall of Fame. At the 200, Alert Me sprinted to the lead, kicked away from Knave and Shavine. Dal Haran is running a bit of a race. Greaves into the clear now, and watch this, Charismatic is coming down the middle of the track and is finishing right over the top of them, but Alert Me still in front. Charismatic won't pick him up, and Alert Me beat Charismatic. Third's close, Dal Haran or Greaves, followed by Rather Refined, then Shoeshine Henry, Western Ruler, a tidy run from Knave, Shavine, Hall of Fame, Old Bomb, and then Greater, Largest Gay, Sprayman, Big Risk, and the last couple, Western Cape and Ashley Road.
Yeah, let's pick up the replay, and if we pick that up, Alert Me has shot away. Now watch way over to the right of your picture, not even in frame yet. That's Dal Haran in the white cap, Greaves inside him. Now watch this way out, Charismatic. Didn't she come home well? She steamed home, but she failed to get there, and TAB number 8, Alert Me, has won. If you've backed him on the tote, he's paid upwards of $20, and for the place, $6.20. Number 13, Charismatic, will be second, and it will pay $9 exactly for the place. Very close for third. If it's number 17, Dal Haran, on the outside, as it appears on that stop frame, it'll pay better than $12. The other one in the photo for third is Greaves, but Dal Haran is official now. The placings, 8, 13, 17, Alert Me, Charismatic and Dal Haran, as we go for a break before more on the Wide World of Sports.
13 and 7. Alert Me, $20, 10 and 6.20. Charismatic, $9 even. Dal Haran, $12.50. AFL, 4 game.
Yeah, they're one of the biggest races on the Australian turf calendar, Ian, and we're going to show it to you live. The Group 1 Doomben Cup. Rough Habit has won it the last 3 years, but alas, he's retired. He's not running. He's got a stablemate running. What a poet. He's down near the bottom here. He's one of the roughy, or one of the longer prices, at 11 to 1. Let's go up the top. Number 1, Durbridge, is a clear-cut favourite. He is at 5 to 4. Sub-Zero at 33 to 1. Thrifty Reserve at 20 to 1. Silk Ali from Sydney, Grant Cooksley, the rider, at 8 to 1. Marrakesh, David Hayes stable in Adelaide. Chris Muntz, the jockey, 7.5 to 1, 15 to 2. My Wandering Star was scratched this morning, 33 to 1. B.O. Wolf. Oppressor was scratched this morning. Innocent King, we've just been notified, is a late scratching. Salcantay at 20 to 1. Osmart, pretty good odds. You know, I know she's up in class, but she's flying at the moment. She's 25 to 1. Pure Lust from New Zealand, from the O'Sullivan stable, is at 16 to 1. Paris Lane, 11 to 2. He's a stablemate of Durbridge and is second favourite. 40 Castle Bend, 11 What a Poet, 60 Native Boy. They're about to jump. Here's Alan Thomas at the track.
Now, I wonder why that stall's vacant. Now, yes, now they'll come in. Pure Lust has come in 1, and Durbridge and Sub-Zero will always move in 1, and then they'll be right. Simon Marshall aboard Durbridge, Friedman 3 runners. Durbridge, Paris Lane and Sub-Zero. They're all set to run. Stand by for a start. The starting signal given. Starter on the platform. Pure Lust is right. Silk Ali and Osmart. Salcantay, the inside runner. Now, Gavin Burke's not happy with something or other. I don't know what it is. The clerk of the course is coming over. The horses look all right. Now, the clerk of the course has gone back out to Pure Lust's stall. I've got no idea. Now, Gavin Burke's pointing at something. Now, the clerk of the course has come back again. Durbridge is right. Now, Durbridge has been taken out of the stalls. Is he in the wrong gate? Durbridge. Now, Pure Lust and Durbridge are in the wrong stalls by the look of it. Pure Lust had 14 and Durbridge had 13. They're in the wrong way round. Now, Durbridge has come into his right gate. Pure Lust is at its right position. Gavin Burke, sharp eyes, picked that up. They're all set to go now, though. Stand by for a start on the Doomben Cup. And they're racing. Native Boy was slow to move at the start, and Durbridge began quickly from an outside gate. In the middle, Beowulf and Castle Ben were well away. Marrakiz and Paris Lane are showing speed too now. Down the straight the first time. Silk Ali kicking up on the inside, the leader. From Castle Bend and Durbridge and Paris Lane racing between horses and Beowulf. Marrakiz 3 deep going out of the straight, followed by Pure Lust and Thrifty Reserve. Further back on the field is Osmart, followed by What a Poet, Salcantay, Sub-Zero, and last of all is Native Boy. Durbridge is the pacemaker past the 1400, 1.5 to Castle Bend. Silk Ali is pulling ferociously, third, and Paris Lane fourth, can't get in, 3 deep around Marrakiz and Beowulf. On the fences, Thrifty Reserve, Pure Lust on the outside, 1.5 to Osmart, is on the inside of What a Poet, followed by Sub-Zero, Salcantay, and Native Boy. Last of all as the field heads down the back of the 1200. Durbridge is the leader. The stablemate Paris Lane's moved to second, and third is Castle Bend. Silk Ali racing erratically in fourth, being passed by Marrakiz and Pure Lust going up next on the outside. Then Beowulf on the outside of Thrifty Reserve, followed by What a Poet, Osmart, Sub-Zero, Salcantay, and Native Boy is last of all. Around the aerodrome side, 800 out in Durbridge is the pacemaker. A length over Paris Lane. Castle Bend is third, and Marrakiz is fourth, 1 off the fence. A length and a half to Pure Lust on the outside of Silk Ali, then Thrifty Reserve. Sub-Zero going up on the outside, followed by Beowulf. A long way back is Osmart. So is What a Poet, followed by Native Boy and Salcantay. On the bend they come, 400 out. Durbridge is the leader. Paris Lane's gone to second. Marrakiz third, then Castle Bend. And further back is Pure Lust and Thrifty Reserve as they turn the corner. Durbridge the leader, 300 to go. The old stager in front. The precocious 3-year-old Paris Lane looming up, and they collided inside the 200. Durbridge and Paris Lane there together. Marrakiz on the inside. Durbridge and Paris Lane. Durbridge is coming away from Paris Lane. Durbridge in front, he's too good. And Durbridge beat Paris Lane tight for third between Pure Lust and Thrifty Reserve. Close up Marrakiz, then Osmart. What a Poet, Castle Bend. Further back on the field, Sub-Zero, Silk Ali, Salcantay, Native Boy, and last home is Beowulf.
The wheels in motion. When it's time to go, set the wheels in motion.
Cup. A terrific win to Durbridge, 113 and 2. Durbridge 225 and 145 as tipped by Ken Callender. Paris Lane $2 even, Pure Lust $4.30. Durbridge has its third Group 1 win. There's now compiled more than $3 million in prize money. Fantastic effort. Let's go out to Kenny again for the latest on the next at Caulfield. Ken.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ian. He did come out in the straight, but that's his third Group 1 win this year, as Ian just said. The Australian Cup in Melbourne, the Queen Elizabeth in Sydney, and the Doomben Cup in Brisbane. What a performance. And he won the Derby a few years ago. Here we go. The next in Melbourne, not quite in any Durbridges here, but there's a pretty handy horse in Lord Monet, and I'm going to back him. Number 1, Mr. Untouchable at 8 to 1, Golden Serpent at 6 to 1, Take the Road at 12 to 1, Spring Hill Lad at 16 to 1. Lord Monet is favoured. I still reckon that's a pretty fair price. He was beaten in Adelaide last start, but that was a top-class field in the Goodwood Handicap, and he'd won his previous couple. Hawke's Peak at 25 to 1 chance, 5 Spring Theme, 14 Lord Keetle, Tylo Harbour's out, Manrebo 7, Strictly Ballroom's out, Datura Bell 20, Game Ginty is out, Disrepute 40, Bridget's Mirror is out, 40 Bronze Knight, then the Roughies, 100 Glacier Peak Inferno, 100 again Amacian, and Loving Joy longer still at 200 to 1. Thanks, Bear.
Go on, you Ken. Thank you very much. I'll be back shortly. Here's Slammer.
And that's a promise.
Yes, now don't forget, if you've backed Paris Lane in the Doomben Cup, don't throw away your tickets yet. There's a protest pending. Paris Lane against his stablemate Durbridge. There was interference in the home straight. Durbridge did go away again on the line. It's up to the steward, so protest second against first, and we're still waiting for the result. In Melbourne, not many changes. Lord Monet, a clear-cut favourite at 5 to 2. I don't think we've got time to go through them all. They're about to jump. Let's switch to the track at Caulfield. Here they go.
At this track, and they're off and running in the second last, and over on the inside, Manrebo was the first to jump out. Bronze Knight began well with Amacian, and Take the Road away quickly also. Golden Serpent showing speed towards the outside to go up and head them off as they race past the 1200. Golden Serpent takes up the running a half length to Glacier Peak, a length and a half. Take the Road on the inside of further back Bronze Knight, then Amacian. Back behind them is Lord Monet, being followed by Datura Bell. Disrepute in behind them, a length back along the inside to Manrebo, followed by Spring Theme and Mr. Untouchable. A length and a half further back to Hawke's Peak over on the outside of Spring Hill Lad, being followed by Loving Joy. Lord Keitel is second last, and Furno is last of all. 700 metres to run. Golden Serpent the leader, half a length in advance of Glacier Peak, and moving up on the outside Disrepute. Just behind them is the grey Bronze Knight. He's over on the outside of Take the Road to Datura Bell, followed by Lord Monet. Manrebo going forward around the outside, Mr. Untouchable, being followed by Spring Hill Ladder, and then Hawke's Peak at the head of the others, well back as Spring Theme as they commence the run around the turner. Lord Keitel's a mile back as they straighten up with the leader now. Glacier Peak put his head in front of Golden Serpent, who's fighting back strongly on the inside. They've got away by a length and a half down the outside, Bronze Knight, and they're followed by Take the Road, disappointed for a run. And Lord Monet in the clear now is coming after these leaders very quickly. Lord Monet takes the lead with 100 to go. Spring Hill Laddle on the inside, finishing on Mr. Untouchable, but Lord Monet's pinched the winning break. He's too good, Lord Monet. Lord Monet wins at Spring Hill Lad second. Coming from the rear to gate, third money is Lord Keitel, and they were followed home by Manrebo, and further back then is Bronze Knight. Next home, Hawke's Peak, Datura Bell, Mr. Untouchable, Furno, and Glacier Peak, Golden Serpent, Spring Theme. Next is Loving Joy, followed by Disrepute, and last to finish is Amacian.
Another win to Kenny Callender, 5, 4 and 8 the numbers. Lord Monet $3.50 and $1.70. Spring Hill Lad $3.90. Lord Keitel $3.40. Kenny has 3 winners up today. Good on him. In AFL.